Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. I hope everybody is well and staying home and doing their social distancing in the midst of all of this. Feels like one long stretch of Sundays out there. Just another day, and let's roll along, trying to keep things as normal as possible with the weather posts. And we do have some issues in the Northeast, and that's because of a coastal storm that has backed westward overnight. And it's brought in some bands of rain from the Northeast. A little unusual, but it does happen from time to time in the spring. And we do have coastal warnings up for the coastal waters, gale warnings up from North Carolina on up to Maine and a small area off of southern New England, southeastern New England, where it's close to the low center. And we've got storm warnings there. A little bit of winter weather going on in parts of Minnesota down into Iowa and into eastern Kansas. And we have winter weather advisories there, and still some lingering winter storm warnings up in eastern parts of North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota. And in the west, it's cold enough for snow, and we've got winter storm watches up for the Sierra Nevadas in California. Let's take a look at this storm here, very well defined on the satellite loop. You can see the distinct circulation and the movement westward, and also over the top, we are experiencing the clouds and rain bands that are rotating back southwestward like this. And there's a sharp line, if you notice on the satellite loop. There is a sharp line between where the rain bands end and the clearing skies begin. So if you are in Maryland, even into parts of south central Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania, on south and west down into North and South Carolina and North Georgia, you're enjoying another good looking day here. So we just got to get this storm out of the way in the Northeast. And the radar, as of shortly before 11 a.m., showing those bands of rain moving back westward. There are gaps in between, a few heavier downpours in the mix. And then, of course, you see the lead band is now moved into eastern Pennsylvania. As those bands move southward, they move into the drier air and they start to fall apart. So the rest of this is just going to play out into this afternoon, and then we should see weather conditions begin to slowly improve in those areas that are experiencing clouds and rain. And there's your low. It has backed in about 200 and 250 miles back westward. So it's now only, the low center itself is only about 150 or so miles southeast of Cape Cod. The gradient's fairly tight. Where we're seeing some gusts at times along the coast into the 30-mile-an-hour plus range, but we're not seeing anything too excessive when it comes to the wind. So for the rest of today, it depends. If you are in the area where you're seeing some sunshine out of this, you're going to have your temperatures respond rather nicely here, and you should be climbing up through the 50s to near 60. As you move to the north and east, where it's more of an overcast, and you get those bands of rain, we're looking at highs that are going to be mostly in the upper 40s to low 50s. And then we're going to start to see our temperatures improve somewhat over the weekend. This time of year, it's if you can get the sun to come out from time to time, you'll see your temperatures boost up a bit. I think we're going to have to deal with some cloud issues over the weekend, but I also think we should see some breaks of sun in the mix. And by Sunday, we should, at least away from coastal areas, push our temperatures up into the 60s. And then on Monday, we might be able to push it up even further and move those numbers up into the middle and upper 60s. So that will certainly feel good. And maybe we can stretch that out to another day with temperatures, again, away from coastal areas, should be able to respond by climbing up into the middle and upper 60s. We'll just run through very quickly what's happening here with the weather models. And there's your low. It's moving, going to start moving southwestward, then southward, southeast, and then to the east. So as it does so, the rain bands will start to diminish during this afternoon and into tonight. and then begin to pull away. We have this system from the plains moving eastward, and that shows up with the area of showers that you see into parts of Ohio and over Lake Huron and on up into Canada. But that system is weakening rather quickly. So yeah, there might be some leftover clouds with that. The GFS does actually show a couple of showers popping up from time to time in a few places and widely scattered. It may very well be overdone here. Monday looks okay, and then we start to see the next round of what look like weak weather systems that'll be coming in for a little bit of shower activity on Tuesday, and then again perhaps on Wednesday. So, other than the inconvenience of this storm impacting some areas today, at least we're not dealing with any major storms, any nor'easters, or anything like that, particularly since we're going into a full moon. Last thing we need is a coastal storm to bring coastal flooding around. So fortunately, that is not going to happen. Although we may wind up seeing higher than normal tides early next week. It's a super moon, so just bear that in mind. All right, have a great day, and more importantly, have a safe day. And try the best you can to just keep yourselves isolated, and that will help things along. And again, I've emphasized the fact that please make sure that you are getting your information from reputable sources and not from Dr. Facebook or Dr. Twitter. Okay? Have a great day, folks. We'll see you later.